Let's talk a little bit about South Carolina. The primary happening 1 month exactly from today. The latest polls in Haley's home state do have Trump up by 30 points. But Haley again saying stay tuned for an upset. But first are the Nevada caucuses, and they happen on February the 8th. Let's get you up live to Las Vegas. Host of Sunday Report, John Glasgow, joins us. John was also at one of the watch parties last night where it felt like there were a lot of folks very energized about Trump.
Yeah, that's right. A lot of Trump supporters here in Nevada. And also former President Trump expected to be here this week on Saturday for a rally. He shifts his campaign here. And it's an interesting dynamic here by Bianca because he's basically already won the state. It's likely going to be a sweep here in Nevada. And the reason for that is Nikki Haley has forfeited the state. Let me explain how this works. It's a bit of a complicated process, but this is the reason why. They're going to have a primary and a caucus, and they're 2 days apart. So the primary is going to be first, then the caucus is second. Now, how this works is the caucus is hosted by the Nevada Republican Party, which is awarding the delegates for the GOP presidential nominee. The primary will hold no weight when it comes to the nominating of a Republican presidential nominee. So Nikki Haley, she signed up for the primary, meaning that she's not eligible for any allocated delegates from Nevada. Her campaign's faced some criticism for this since Haley has turned her attention now to South Carolina, which is the next stop after Nevada. So we have the other GOP presidential candidates that have dropped out of the race. We have Ramaswamy, Chris Christie, Ron DeSantis. So Trump's the only one left on the ticket other than a relatively unknown Texas pastor who's still on the state's ballot. Voters, they must be registered Republican to be able to go to the caucus, and independents are not able to run in the GOP caucus. The Nevada Republican chairman tells me that this maintains a fair electoral nominating process. Watch here.
I think Donald Trump's the answer. I think a lot of people think Donald Trump's the answer. Well, he wasn't a politician when he came in. He cleaned stuff up pretty good. We don't need somebody who's politically minded or whatever, all this corrupt crap. We just need somebody who's going to get down to business and just, get the A to B,
Nikki Haley, I think, is, she's not up for the job. There's no way. I mean, you can just see it. Compared to Trump, are you kidding me?
I think it'll be good if Trump makes it. I think if she gets out, I think it'll be great. Everybody can concentrate on that. We don't have a lot of distractions from other candidates. I mean, he's so far ahead in the polls anyways. I mean, and everybody wants a change, and they like the change that he's going to bring to the country. And I think it's needed. I think that everybody else's platform, I think, is a little soft.
She screwed up, too. I don't know what's wrong with that lady.
Should she drop out of the race and let it be all Trump?
Yep. You hit that right on the head.
So, Bianca, apologies there. That was not the GOP chairman, Michael McDonald, but those were some of the voters that we talked to in Henderson, which is a city not too far from the Vegas Strip. They were saying that they are supporting the former president in the next election. But the other thing here to consider is the general election. Should Trump get the nomination here, this is a swing state, which is why you're going to see the former president do his campaigning here, because he needs to get that support. Should he get the nomination, he wants to win the general election as well.
Of course. John Glasgow live in Vegas for us with some very great reporting and getting the pulse of the people there. Appreciate it as we look forward. John, thank you.